Alright, and welcome back to the channel, everybody, and I hope you're doing fine. So today we're gonna have more of a little bit of a podcast episode, to be honest. Sometimes we do this here where we talk about the recent changes, updates, balance stuff, quality of life, and I would like to give some constructive criticism. Alright, some feedback. I don't want to be just mean, because honestly, being mean never really helped anybody. So I try to keep this nice, politically correct, although I only slept 3 hours today, but I'm gonna do my best. We're gonna talk today about not everything, there's a lot of topics right now, but the more recent stuff. So we're gonna talk about recruitment hunters, because that changed a lot of dynamic in the game. We're gonna talk about how Crytek balances lately. We're gonna talk about burning, we're gonna talk about events, and we're gonna talk about weather and loadouts. As always, timestamps, so you can just jump to the stuff that you actually are interested in. Alright, and with that, I would say let's get going. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is recruitment hunters. So if you missed it, they absolutely changed this, and now they come with way more traits, they are cheaper, they come with more meaningful loadouts. The issue that I have with this is that legendary hunters are absolutely trash right now in comparison. So legendary hunters, in my opinion, should be an option B, and not just straight up, yeah, you're playing at a disadvantage, alright? Sure, legendary hunters, you play them for the skins and stuff like that, but the gap between, like, the recruitment hunters and the legendary hunters is so big right now that it kind of got out of hand. Alright, so I want to show you, though, what I mean by that. Let's have a look right here at these hunters. We're gonna have a look at the loadouts, what the loadouts cost, the skill points that they get, and then we're gonna compare that with legendary hunters. Let's go. So let's have a look here at Maxim Alexeyev. He comes with a bad tier marksman for 580 bucks, so Romero for 82, Knuckles, Medkit, Alert, 30 bucks each. Then we have also the Sticky and the Beetle. That is in total a loadout that is 838 bucks. And he costs only 642. If you want to play this loadout with a legendary hunter, that would cost 938 bucks. So quite the difference. And if we have a look at the trade points, if we respec them, keep in mind respeccing a trade means you lose 1 point of value. He comes with a total of 17 skill points. This guy is an absolute machine. Let's have a look at Wallace here. And I will not go through every single item, I'm just gonna tell you from now on the total cost for the loadout. And he costs 838 bucks as well, weirdly enough, if I didn't make any mistakes here. So again, if you would slap a legendary hunter on this loadout, you would pay 938 bucks. So again, almost 300 bucks more than the tier 3 hunter. The traits are not that amazing. In total, he gets 10 points if you respec everything. Now, I get it, sometimes you do not want to play these guns and then you just sell them because sometimes it's stuff that you will never ever touch and then you lose money. I get it. The crucial part, though, are the skill points. 17 skill points is insane, and that is not even that rare, okay? Keep in mind that legendary hunters get in total, I think, around 7 skill points. But we're gonna have a look at that later. So I'm gonna hit now the shuffle button and we're gonna look at a few more hunters. Okay, let's have a look at this shuffle here. So our first tier 3 hunter comes with a loadout of 279 bucks, so the difference to legendary hunters is not that great. And he comes with 9 skill points after respeccing. Then our next tier 3 hunter, Anis, comes with a loadout that is worth 358 bucks and 14 skill points. Now always keep in mind that I assume you respec it, because honestly, traits like Pack Mule or maybe Lightfoot and Serpent, this is not really stuff that you ever respec. So you would get even more points. So this would be a 15, 16 or even 17 points trait hunter. And our last hunter right here comes with a budget of $486 hunt, and the traits are surprisingly low, honestly, with a total of 7, after respeccing, obviously. So as you can see, there is at least one hunter in there that is absolutely bonkers with traits. Also, a big stamp shot is something that I would use, the knuckle knife, the medkit obviously, and then the guns, yeah, maybe you replace them, swap them, you can still sell them. The difference is actually kind of stunning to legendary hunters. I wanted to do more rolls, but I'm just going to do one more because I'm lazy and I don't want to do all the math on the loadouts. So like, here we go with one more. Alright, and for some good showcase purpose, we have some rather tame tier 3 hunters right now. So the first one, our dear Keely, costs 632, or that's at least his loadout, he costs only 488. He has 11 skill points when you respec everything. We have Corin. Corin comes with a budget of 825 bucks in his arsenal and comes with 9 skill points. And then our final tier 3 hunter comes with a loadout that is worth 945 bucks and he costs only 723. Now, skill points in total 9, which is again on the rather low side. Okay, that was a rather tame roll, I have to say, because, yeah, showcase purpose, I guess. Now, keep in mind that, sure, you might not want to play the stuff that they come with in terms of their loadout, but you don't have to sell it either. You buy here equipment at a discounted price, and you can just store them and play them later, because they're not contraband, and you can stack them as much as you want. And honestly, it's more about the skill points. I mean, look at this dude right here. This is a tier 2. And I think Bullet Grubber is 4 points right now, and Fanning is 8 points right now. So quick math, that's in total 10. Whispersmith is only 1 trait, so it doesn't give you anything. So this fella right here comes with 10 skill points spare. Now I said I'm only gonna do one more shuffle, but you know what? I'm feeling generous, and 200 bucks, not that much. Let's give it one final spin. This time, it's truly fine. Okay, remember when I said it's easy to get hunters with 16, 17 skill points? Well, I think Hunt tries to prove a point right now, or maybe it's just a good time for me to actually check how it is. But hey, here we go. I'm not gonna go through all these loadouts again. I think you get the point about the money. Now, let's have again one more at the traits. So Cody right here has Iron Eye, that's 2, Ghoul, that's 2, and Doctor, that's 8. So he comes with 12 skill points for tier 2 hunter. Then we have Eshne Mulcahy, or however you want to pronounce that. That is Quartermaster is 5 points. That is Steady Aim. I think that is 1 or 2 points. Then we have Conduit here. That's another 4 and another 2 for Mythical Dentist. So yeah, this is again 10 plus for this one. Then right here we have a Soft Skin. That's 2 points, 3 points. This gives you nothing. And that is actually just 2. So this guy comes with 7, which is underwhelming. I'm actually here on the lower end. It kind of annoys me because I tracked this already once and I didn't record it and it was way better. But hey, what you gonna do? Now I would say we recruit a few legendary hunters and have a look at that. So it doesn't really matter which one you take, right? I really like a lot the Prodigal. So 100 bucks, right? We're gonna recruit this one. Let's see. And she comes with perfect camera placement, I have to say. Let's do this here real quick. So she comes with Iron Eye, Bullet Grubber, and we have also Beast Face. So that is 2 points together with Beast Face, that's 5. And then you get another 3 from Bullet Grubber, that is 8 points, which is actually not that far off from the rest. So we're gonna do a couple more shuffles. So I'm gonna recruit another Prodigal. Maybe we wanna roll here. So what you can see here now, that wasn't that great. So our first one gave us 8 points. And right here, this is basically useless because that gives you no points. Then Steady Aim, if you check that really quick, we have Steady Aim, that is 1 point. And Iron Eye, that is 2 points. So you have a total, right? Not that I'm effing this up. Exactly after respecking. So you have 3 points here. And you get 1 spare. So this legendary hunter here comes with 4 skill points. Yay. I'm gonna go and do 2 more. Here we go. We have one with Levering, Scopesmith, and Adrenaline. Again, Adrenaline is worthless, like literally. Even without respecking, Adrenaline is borderline useless. Levering, just so you see I don't bullshit you, is 3 points. Scopesmith, here we go, is 1 point. So this hunter here has 4 skill points. Let's do one more. Final one. Again, Iron Eye, Bullet Grubber, Poison Sense. This is again, yeah, again, not great. That's 2. And Bullet Grubber, that is 3. So she comes with a total of 5. And here is the big issue that I have with these legendary hunters. They come with roughly 7, but sometimes they come with traits that you don't want to use. And if you respec them, you suddenly have a legendary hunter that has like 4 skill points. Against like your average, and I rolled the lower end here, 10, 11, 12 skill points for tier 2 and tier 3 recruits. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is not balanced right now. They either have to tune down the tier 2 and tier 3 recruits, or they have to buff slightly the legendary hunters. I'm not even saying it has to be a crazy amount, just bring them up to 10 total instead of 7. You of course have to always keep in mind it can't be better than your recruitment hunters, because legendary hunters is something that you buy with real money, the DLCs. So you could argue that you have a real money advantage over somebody who is just playing the game, which would of course be bad. But right now the gap is insane, and I don't really understand why Crytek is doing this, because DLCs equals income for them. So you kind of want these hunters to be at least decent, right? Sure, you have the weapon skins. When people ask me right now, is the DLC worth it? I say, yeah, check out the weapon skins. Legendary hunters right now are a little bit of an oof, and you put yourself at a disadvantage by playing them, which is kind of a shame. Alright, so my 2 cents for the recruitment changes. I like them, but it needs to be a little bit closer to the legendary hunters, and then I think we're good with this one. Let's jump to the next topic. Okay, so now I want to talk about how Crytek balances lately, and it's a little bit, yeah, they're balancing with atomic bombs. They're like very extreme in the way they balance stuff. Let me give you a couple examples. Back in the days we had the flash bomb. Well, the flash bomb still exists, but nobody plays it anymore. And that thing got nerfed into the ground to China. That's how hard they stomped that thing. So there are a few changes which I kinda can understand, like for example Conduit, I get it. Flash bomb, I think that was more like a community service, so people stopped crying about it. But is this the way how you balance that? I don't know, so I'm not super happy with that. The other thing was not this event, the previous event with Blazeborn. They just gave insane immunity to one of the core mechanics, and everybody that I knew, or the majority of the people, you always have to say the majority of people, because otherwise you have that one dude in the comment section who's like, well, actually, my cousin and his dog is playing Hunts too, and the dog likes it. And I'm like, you will always find one dude, okay? So always keep in mind when I say that the people that I know, the majority of them, and there are, of course, always exceptions, okay? But the burning was really annoying that you could not finish people off. So that was extreme. And then they shift this now to the other extreme, and burning is insanely easy. Now, I don't complain about this. This is okay. You can balance this way with extremes. However, what you have to do then is act swiftly. The moment you realize, okay, this was too much, alright, that's fine, we have to tune it down a notch. Okay. This is sadly not happening. So during the events, they are not changing event traits, although the last 3 weeks or the last month of the last event was, at least for me, straight up not fun to play anymore. Which is weird, because I play mostly solo, and not being able to burn is a huge advantage for solos, and I still hated it. Now we have the other extreme, and we're gonna talk about that in the next topic. So if you do this super extreme balancing, you have to react faster with adjustments, otherwise you annoy your community. Now, I don't know how easy it is, of course, to adjust stuff, because easy for me to say as a consumer, I don't know how much work goes into a patch, and I also don't know how it works when you have to go, like for example for Xbox or stuff like that, you have to go through Microsoft, they probably have to approve your patch and stuff like that. That might even cost a shit ton of money. I don't know. I admit that. But still, then you have to adjust the way you balance. You can't go with these extreme swings if it's not easy for you to react fast to feedback from the community. Now, pick rate is nice in everything, for example, because I think mostly solos pick the no-burn trait, or maybe even more. But of course, solos are a minority of the player base. So the pick rate for Blazeborn might not even be 80-90%. Doesn't change the fact, though, that it was insanely annoying to play against. And for everybody out there who is like now, man, dude, you know what? It's nice that they got rid of the flash bomb because I absolutely hated it. Does not change the fact that the way they balance right now is kind of awkward, and they might do that at one point with something that you like. Always keep that in mind. And with that, I already touched the topic a little bit. Let's talk about the current situation with burning. Okay, full podcast mode here right now, burning. Now, burning is a core mechanic of the game, and it was always a little bit of a difficult topic. We had moments where burning was too easy, then burning was too hard, and then burning was too easy again. So it's always like kind of in waves. Now, we had the extreme case with the previous event with Blazeborn that you just do not catch fire, which is, of course, not great, because you remove a core mechanic of the game to speed up gunfights and also to finish off solos. I get it. Now, though, with the changes that Dragon Breath sets corpses on fire, we have the flare gun setting corpses on fire, we have the fuses to set people on fire that are downed. It's the other way around. It's crazy. And the main issue that I have right now is the flare gun. This thing is insanely annoying. And I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I play that too, in the most aggressive way possibly. You hit the ground, I burn you instantly. It's so goddamn easy to do. You switch to the flare gun, you aim in the fraction of a second, you shoot, they're on fire, easy peasy. Like with everything else, it's more of a, you have to find a lantern, or you have to sacrifice a whole consumable slot for a firebomb or a fire beetle. It is awkward. Now, Dragon Breath, at least to commit, you commit then to an ammo type that is not meta, not good. Alright? So on average, you are at a disadvantage, but you get then the bonus that you can set them on fire once they're down. The decoy or the fuses, they are a little bit of a gray zone, but at least they're harder to resupply. So you also have to toss them in an angle, you have to prep them. It's not as easy as the flare gun. The flare gun is absolutely... that thing is OP right now. But let's be honest here for a second, okay? You resupply this with a special ammo box and not a toolbox. That has massive consequences, because that means it's way easier to resupply than the other consumables and tools. It's also not hitting your resupply of medkits or consumables. So if you use the fuses to set somebody on fire, and then you go to a toolbox, there's a chance that you get the fuses back and maybe not your medkits or your consumables. Which is kinda a severe impact. Flare gun, whatever. The next thing is you get like 3 shots for the flare gun, and the choke bomb is only 2. Now if it's a 2v2, worst case scenario, one team has 6 flare gun shots and you have 2 choke bombs. Well, I'm not a math genius, but that kinda does not check out. Now how do we change this? Because I personally think this needs to be changed, because it's annoying. And it's not just a solo point of view. I also get this from my friends, that they say, hey, we play duos and trios. One of us hits the ground and it's insta barbecue. It's difficult, honestly, and this annoys me because I don't have a good solution, at least in my opinion. Because the moment you take this away from the flare gun, nobody is gonna pick it anymore. So what you can do is that it's only charcoal damage. So as long as the flare is burning next to the hunter or on the hunter, they take charcoal damage, but they're not actually on fire. So the moment the fuse goes out or the flare goes out, they stop burning. That would be one option. Or maybe you can only burn a 50 bar max. Again, I don't know the technical limitations that Crytek can do here. And again, I don't know if that is even the best way to do it. Or maybe buff self-skin, that self-skin protects you from fusees and flare guns. I don't know, because what I absolutely loved, patch before, a firebomb had actual value. Right now, why the hell should I sacrifice a consumable slot for a firebomb? Firebomb was finally useful again, and the patch afterwards, it got absolutely... yeah, not that great, honestly. I stopped picking it. I take actually now a fire beetle over a firebomb. So let me know in the comment section what you think about the burning mechanic right now. I'm curious. Now we have 2 more topics and I need to hurry up because this video is already way too long. Next up, let's talk about events. And honestly, the last event was probably one of the worst Crytek has ever done due to the OP perks and again being one pack basically what you have to play with a certain playstyle, for example, not going for the, you know, the Blazeborn pack as a solo was not the super efficient way, okay? Right now, I like it. Right now, this event, it's great. So every pact, you have a reason to pick it. All 3 of them. And that's really nice. I don't know the pick rate, they didn't share it with us, which is cool, but I think this time it's evenly distributed. Now, one thing though that is kind of awkward is we got like a 2-week break in between the events. Right now I don't mind it that much because the event is... you don't have these OP perks. But if we would have had another event like the last one, not this one, the last one, right now, yo, I think it would have flipped the table. That would not have been fun. You have too many events, maybe too long, but this is really hard for me to judge. I'm just happy that the current event feels great, looks great, and the event perks are not absolutely insane. Okay, it feels more like a regular hunt. And again, I know a lot of people were like, oh my god, Shadow Step, yeah, Hunt Showdown Naruto edition. Not really the case, I don't see it that often. So this is something that, thumbs up, I really like that. And I would say we talk about the final point before we get to the end of the video. Another difficult topic is weather and loadouts. That was not really an issue back in the days, but they add more and more maps let's say daytime settings, where it's hard for you to see. So you have fog, you have rain, you have like a serpent moon, you have now ash bloom, and a few loadouts can just not be played during these settings, or it's at least not fun to play. Now, of course, there's this guy in the comment section, well, I don't mind if it's raining, I take my Mosin Sniper Spitzer and I have no problems, because if there is like heavy rain, I just sit in my bush and do fucking nothing. Fair enough, okay? I just don't find this very enjoyable to play. And very often, when I play sniper loadouts during fog and rain, and I'm not leaving, I get very often owned because I can just not play my loadout and it's annoying. The issue is I'm not the only one who feels that way about fog, about rain and whatnot, and people leave. And then you have a half-empty map, worst case of course, and it's not fun. You don't play Hunt Showdown for the PvE, you want PvP. On the other hand, you can of course say, well, that drastically reduced the solo snipers though on my map and I like it. Fair enough. You know what I would like is to get a second loadout. It would be nice if you could have a backup loadout if you do not want to play your main loadout. I think that would be kind of neat and more people would stay. If somebody still wants to play the sniper and still doesn't want to play fog, they will still leave. I get it, especially with the bug right now that you can like leave the match at the beginning before it started and you're not losing your hunter, which is also goddamn annoying. If you leave your hunter at the beginning of the match, you should effing lose it, but you keep it, which is, yeah, I hope they fix it again soon. So a secondary loadout would be great. So if it's fog and I have a Mosin Sniper, Spark Sniper, I pick an Iron Sights loadout. I think that would not hurt too much. But maybe I'm just here in my streamer bubble again, and you guys maybe have some input for me that I'm just not seeing. But otherwise, we will get some issues with weather and loadouts down the road. I already like Ashbloom though, so this is the thing. I like fog, I like rain, and I like Ashbloom. But I don't like to be cucked when I play my loadout. I want to play it the way it's meant to be played. And if not, I'm at a huge disadvantage, which can break your effing neck if you play against good enemies. So, I personally would be one of the people who would stay if I get a fog map with a spark sniper, but then I can change to like a Vetterly with iron sights. Nice, then I play the map with that loadout. Easy peasy. So I don't have to extract or like, escape, leave, and then queue again, and I can just play right now. I think it would be nice. But hey, that's it. Let's jump to the final conclusion. They also did a lot of things that are great that I did not cover too much in this one. For example, that you can respec now your traits without spending BBs. That you can respec your health bars the way you want it. That's great. Maybe a preset for that, by the way, Crytek. Wink, wink. That would be nice. So, I'm focusing now a little bit on the stuff that I did not like in this video. Because it is more a way to give feedback and to give constructive criticism and maybe even some suggestions to improve the game. At least, I think to improve the game. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? What do I know? Right? Okay. At the end of the day, I love Hunt Showdown. It's still a very good game, 8 out of 10, after 8,000 hours of playing the game. Which is insane. I don't think I have a single game that I played that much. And I hope we're gonna play it for many, many more years. And with that, I'm gonna roll the outro. And that's it for today. I think it's a longer video just for like the podcast thing. I hope you still enjoyed it. I'm very curious to read the comments under this video. They very often they're quite spicy. So let's see what we're gonna see there. And you know who else is quite spicy, but in a positive way? Yeah, you guessed it already. My patrons. Thank you very much for supporting me over at Patreon. You guys are amazing. Thank you for watching. I'm curious what we will get in the future with Hunt Showdown. New engine, new map, new stuff. I think it's gonna be amazing. I see you in the next one. Until then, have a good day and bye bye.